What is up, everybody? It is Soundhead back once again in NASCAR Heat 2 Championship mode, and we are here and underway at Kansas for the final race of the round of 12. As you know, we are locked in to the next round already from winning the first race of this round, and then we made it through Talladega last week fairly well. We had one minor accident, but we ended up finishing second at the end of the day, so it's pretty good effort there. And we just need to kind of survive here at Kansas as I put myself in the wall immediately. And that's just pretty typical of me, as most of you already know. Now, something kind of interesting about this race. It was pointed out to me in the last Kansas video that we did that even though I said that I feel like we usually do pretty well here, we've actually never won here at Kansas, which I didn't know. So that's the goal for today, is to get to victory lane here at Kansas Speedway and get our first win here in the Cup Series. Got Ty Dillon here. On the upside, he's gonna squeeze me up. He squeezed me all right. He just wrecked me is what he did, and now I'm gonna get piled into from behind. Thank you, Kenny. I love the delay on the caution. I love the caution. We had to wait till I was at the absolute back. What a joke that was. So, starting at the back again on a restart, still stage one. I started spinning out of the exit of turn 2, and they didn't throw the caution until I was in turn 3, so that's pretty hilarious if you ask me. It waited literally till I was in dead last, so fair enough game. You want to play that way. You know, I wanted to win this race. It's going to be a little bit harder now, although the car is pretty solid. I am using a setup, but it's one that it's just whatever I used at the last Kansas race, so I didn't really mess with it at all. It qualified me dead last, so it must not be too terribly great in qualifying, but race conditions, I can really run that high side, and it seems to be pretty good. So we've got one lap here left to try and race our way up here and get ourselves in a good position for the beginning of the next stage, because unfortunately I don't think we're going to get to the points, so we're going to have to deal with what we got here. But just to get a nice solid finish after crashing, getting wrecked, whatever you want to call it. I think I got wrecked by Ty Dillon there, so I don't really appreciate that from him. He kind of came up the track and gave me no room when I was there, but oh well, could have hit the brakes, but I'm trying to win the race, dang it. So we'll get 24th here, 3 wide on the outside, and kind of a lame stage 1. All right, back for stage 2 now, and we are underway, starting behind Bubba Wallace, who absolutely killed the wall at Pocono this weekend. Glad that he's okay. It scared me when I saw that, so just glad to see that he did eventually get out. It was the world's longest pause, waiting for that window net to come down, but just good to see him get out of a hellacious crash that was hitting that turn 1 wall at Pocono. It's always turn 1 at Pocono that makes you hold your breath and hope that everybody's all right. That wall has been host to some devastating incidents throughout history at Pocono. So, moving on to the race that we're currently at, moving into the top 20 underneath Ryan Newman here and Kurt Busch. This car seems to handle really well in race condition. I got to give it credit for that, as we got Suarez here, who had a career best finish of second, I believe, at Pocono. That's pretty solid. I was hoping that he might steal the win there at the end, but Kyle Busch was just too good. And the big three as a whole are just too good this year. And it's, if you're a fan of them, it's the greatest season ever. If you're not a fan of them, then it's like, oh my God, get on with it, you know? So that's the deal with that. And, make a move to the outside of the other Dillon brother. And we are by him without too much drama. 3 wide to the outside of Hamlin and Almirola. Almirola got into a little scuff with old DiBurrito. That's always interesting to see, too. Relatively well-liked drivers getting into it. And Jimmy Johnson is in the wall hard. Scraped off that wall. Try to avoid him. It's not making it any easier on me. There you go. He finally gets out of the way. That gives Almirola an opportunity to get back under me. That was an interesting incident there, and Jimmy Johnson just went up the track, caught the wall, and merged right back into traffic like nothing even happened. So fair enough to him, I guess. That's pretty, Jimmy in our career mode here, or our championship mode rather, he's actually been having a pretty decent season, but in real life, man, it's just been a stinker. It's been a terrible season for Jimmy, really uncharacteristic, but that's been kind of Hendrick Motorsports as a whole, so you can't really blame Jimmy. But it's gotten to a point where I almost kind of feel bad for him, and I used to hate seeing Jimmy Johnson win because of how dominant he is, but now I almost want him to win, because I can't remember the last season where he didn't get a win. I don't know that I've ever seen a season where he hasn't gotten at least one. So, you know, I kind of feel bad for the guy wanting to win something. Win the Talladega race if you gotta do something. Although I'd like to see Keselowski win something this year too, man. It's my boy, and he's been having problems as looks like some cars are starting to pit up here. Kyle Busch went to pit and somebody else went right in behind him. So it looks like we might be losing a couple more here during the next lap. Looks like those guys are going to pit that are on that bottom line. Man, Logano, what are you doing, man? Logano might ditch us and go to the pit wall, or go to the pits as well. I don't know. He's kind of hanging up top with us, though. If we can clear him in this corner, that'd be perfection. And we should do it on corner exit here. They're going to just, contacted for the lead there. Headed to pit road, and we're going to lose a couple of those guys, but we will take the lead here in stage 2. And that's going to do it for stage 2 right there. Pretty much got the lead, lapped a bunch of guys, and it was smooth sailing to the end here. So we're going to have pretty good situation for strategy. All right, so because we were able to lap everybody at the end of that second stage, we maintained our track position. We're coming off the line first here, and with well enough fuel left to go to the end, we've got plenty of gas. Tires aren't really an issue, and Harvick is takes a little peek at our rear bumper, but I don't think he's going to be able to get much with it. So if we can hold on for 12 laps, we should be good to go, and we can check off that win at Kansas here. I was wondering how difficult it was going to be. It really hasn't been too challenging, but it's not over yet either. You know, they like to play tricks on us at the end by giving us late rate cautions and whatnot and screwing us over. So we just got to keep it clean from here on out, please. Alrighty, 1 lap to go, and we can get ourselves our win at Kansas that we've been wanting. We've got the rest of everybody a lap down again because everybody pitted once again, as we saw. So got 3 laps left of fuel, 35% on that right front. That tire is cooking up there, but it's not gonna matter because we're gonna come out of turn 4 for the final time down the front straightaway, and we are gonna knock off a win at Kansas Speedway. That's what I like to see right there. We set out a goal and we accomplished it for once. Man, it doesn't seem like we do that all that often, but man, we got it done today. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Get another win in the column, and yeah, good stuff. All right, so everybody was a lap down at least. Got some guys 2 laps down, 18th back, Clint Boyer. So that's going to be interesting for the points. I'll see how that all went, but yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary there. So Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Clint Boyer are all eliminated. That is some big names getting tossed out fairly early in the playoffs. So that leaves Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and Truex Jr., as well as myself in the playoffs to the round of 8. Who'd have known the big 3 are all in the playoffs? Shocking. They haven't been as dominant as they have in real life, but oh well, they're there, and it's the thought that counts. So we'll get ourselves our first win at Kansas here, I guess. That's pretty impressive. We'll head out of here. And that is Kansas in the books. That's a win. And next up is Martinsville, the first data 500, and that'll be a great way to punch our ticket into the final round at Homestead if we could get a win at Martinsville. It's almost guaranteed, but you know, you never know what's going to happen. So make sure to tune into that one next. Thank you as always for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to like the video. It helps me out a lot. And you can always check out our links in the description. Follow us on social media. That helps us out too, and you'll never miss a video that way either. So thank you for watching again, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in the next one.